Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Kenny in the Heights, and you know what kind of day this is. This is that Margarita Thursday, and I know you are thirsty. What's up guys? Happy New Year! Happy New Year! This is the first Kenny in the Heights of the year. So let's get it popping. As always, I'm normally in the clubhouse, but I'm out on location. And I'm at Havana Heights here in NYC, baby, having margaritas. And this is the beautiful, talented Gloria.
Hi!
Cheers.
Cheers,
Happy
brother.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year.
Oh my goodness.
Good?
Yeah. To say the
What kind
least.
is that?
Passion fruit margarita
And this is a Casamigos.
with an extra shot.
This is a Casamigos margarita. Very good. Okay, let's get it
Very
started. All right, guys. So, Hillary, I'm going to call her, but she goes by, her real name is Hillary, but Hilaria Baldwin, the wife of Alec Baldwin, is in some scandal now. Now, she's like I said, she's the wife of Alec Baldwin. They have 4 children from the ages of 5 to 6 months. Well, apparently, Hillary, because that's her given born name, I'm going to call it, Hillary has been going around pretending to be Latin. Okay? She's going around pretending to be Spanish. She's been on countless of talk shows. She was on the Today Show. She has a cookbook. She's a chef. She has a cookbook, and they had her on as a guest on the Today Show. And when she was explaining to what the ingredients were of what she was cooking, she got to the cucumbers and she asked the correspondent, how do you say this in English? That's the one thing. Then, not only has she been pretending to be Latin, she was put on the cover of Hola magazine, talking about her Latin heritage. Okay? Now she's trying to backtrack and say, oh, her family is from Spain, which they're not. She was born Hillary Thompson, and born and raised in Boston, moved from Boston to New York and met Alec Baldwin at a restaurant. She's not from Spain. Her family is not from Spain. Both of her family, her mother and her father, are from Boston. Now, her friends who she grew up with are like, oh, I don't know why did Hillary change her name? She never was from Spain. Now her mother and father are retired and have recently moved to Spain, but they were never from Spain, and she was never from Spain, okay? She is from Boston, okay? Going around pretending to be Spanish and talking in a Spanish accent. So since you are Latin, I'm gonna let you go and weigh in what you think about that.
I think that is a bit much. I feel like you should be proud of where you come from, wherever that may be. Having said that, there's been talk about, people saying a lot of white people don't have culture. I don't know. I'm Puerto Rican. We have so much culture. It's coming out of our elbows. So honestly, I wouldn't want to be anything else than Puerto Rican. I know a lot of Puerto Ricans, and I have never met a Puerto Rican that's not proud of being Puerto Rican. So maybe she picked, maybe she wanted to have that orgullo, like we say, that being proud of who you are, and she couldn't find that in the white culture, if there is such a thing. I don't know. I couldn't be anything else but. So I think it's embarrassing that she got caught. I think she should be very embarrassed, because now it's like, what do you do now?
Right.
Where do you go from this? How do you pick up the pieces of being, you didn't even know how to say cucumber, apparently.
Right.
But
And she knew.
She knew. Come on. But that's like you took it to the max, and now it feels like, now you're, how do you backpedal from that? How do you backpedal from all that right there?
I feel that, first of all, you know, we're all of many different cultures, and we all can learn and pick up from, you know, from different cultures as well.
Correct.
However, I feel that especially during these times where race is extremely sensitive,
Correct.
and so much has transpired, and with the Black Lives Matters and all that, for you, who is a privileged woman, to sit there and to pretend to be a race that is going through a very sensitive time is extremely disrespectful. Not only was she pretending to be another race, she also received a Latin award for what?
Stop, really?
Yes, for her contribution, which means she paid some money towards something, probably, and they were giving her an award to say thank you for writing the check. However, you are taking up space for people who are Latin, who
Correct.
deserve that award,
Correct.
who deserve to be on that magazine. You are married to Alec Baldwin. He is an A-class actor.
Right.
There is no need for you to feel like you should pretend to be somebody else unless you were being in a Martin Scorsese film and that was the role that you needed to play. Okay?
All right, now.
And so I feel like it's very disrespectful, not only to the Latin community, to anybody, to the Latin Black
The minority
community, to the minority
like, come on.
community, and also to the white community, for you to feel like you can't even be who you are.
Right. You should be proud.
You know?
I mean, you obviously have a lot of things going on.
Yes, and if you are that, obsessed or attracted to, or, you know, intrigued by that culture, then why don't you do something to help uplift that culture?
Correct.
Why don't you employ the Latin community? Why don't you sponsor the Latin? Why don't you do something on a positive note besides you pretending to be something that you're not and then receiving all the accolades after that to
Correct.
benefit yourself?
Correct.
So
Correct.
that's what I gotta say about that chick.
She couldn't shine on her own, so she had to come and take the Latin shine and try to do something with it. Obviously it failed because everybody found out exactly who she really is.
Right.
So now, you know, she's
Good luck, Hillary.
Good luck with that.
All right, guys, on to the next one. Now, Sophia Lane. Now, Sophia Lane, guys, is the mother of Vanessa Bryant. Vanessa Bryant is the wife of Kobe Bryant. Now, you know, last year, Vanessa lost Kobe Bryant and her 13-year-old daughter in a very tragic plane crash. Well, Sophia, the mother, is suing the estate of Kobe Bryant. Now, she claims that for 18 years that she was the assistant to Vanessa and the nanny, that she was working 18 hours for Vanessa as her assistant and the nanny. Now, she's asking for $5 million, and she's asking for an SUV Mercedes and a home.
That's all.
Okay?
Okay.
So, Vanessa has denied this, says that, you know, my mother was never my assistant and she never really babysat my kids for 18 hours or for a long period of time. Now, Vanessa did say that when Kobe was alive that they didn't want the mother to live with them, so Kobe and Vanessa owned properties and had the mother live on one of their properties. Now, I feel, first and foremost, why are you suing your daughter? Now, I don't have children, but I do know if I had a child, even if my child was married, to the day I die, I'm there to protect my child, regardless how old that child is. That is my child. Why, as the mother, would you be suing your daughter? And it's not like you're asking for lost wages. You're being very specific about what you want. In your lawsuit, you're asking for $5 million and an SUV Mercedes and a home. So it's that's greed.
Correct.
That's greed. And not only that, This woman lost her husband and her child.
Thank you. Exactly.
Why would you be doing this? Why would you be doing this? And that's the thing where people who have never had money before, got a little taste of it, now they don't know how to act. And that's another thing when a person doesn't know God and they're not humble, or you want to sue your own child for money. You should be ashamed of yourself. I hope you don't even get $1. And I would, I'm sure it hurts Vanessa, but I would put your ass out in the cold if you were trying to slander my name.
Right. Like, she doesn't need that right now.
Right. And look for money from me when you know that I had been taking care of you. Now, she was living in that house, not paying any rent.
Not a dime.
And now she's suing the estate for more money. What do you think?
I think that it's so pathetic, honestly. Like, you were living the life, you had a house that you didn't have to pay for, you lived a life that you didn't work for, and now all of a sudden you want to claim all this money and ask for, SUVs and things like that, and literally get paid to be a grandmother. Like, who does that? And she just lost her husband. Instead of
and her child.
Thank you. It's like, instead of being supportive and loving on your child and being there for your child, you're going to put her through more grief, through more aggravation. She lost her husband and her daughter. Now she has to go through this with her own mother. Like, that's, to me, money is, like they say, the root of all evil. And she got a taste of it, and she doesn't care who she hurts along the way. And it's so sad. It really
and not only that, in a time where we're all going through this pandemic, and people are losing their lives every minute, every hour, every second, and somebody is dying from this, at a time where we need to stick together and be there for one another, you are pulling them apart over some money that for some reason you feel like it's owed.
Entitled. Yes, she's entitled. Yes.
For some reason.
Yes.
Which is also, I'm baffled even by the fact that she has that train of thought, She feels like she's owed something, and you're not there for your daughter at this moment. Like, that shouldn't be the primary, that shouldn't be what the source of your thoughts right now. You should be comforting your daughter. You just lost your essential granddaughter, and you're worried about an SUV and money and this and that. Like, really? Is that what it's come to? Like, really? I think it's sad. Like I said, it's definitely greed, because who in their lawsuit says, I want a Mercedes SUV?
Exactly, Mercedes SUV.
Right, so she's very specific about what she wants.
You don't ask for a Honda SUV, a Toyota.
And I feel sorry. And it's just
right after lifestyle.
Right, and it's just after the holidays. That woman didn't have her husband or her daughter there with her. I feel so bad for her.
Correct. And now she essentially doesn't have her mother there.
Right.
Like, she lost a lot.
And continue.
Like, put yourself aside. As a mother, you always put yourself aside for the benefit of your children. You cannot have, like they say, a pot to piss in. But as long as your child is taken care of, that should be your primary concern. But the fact that this lady is all about her, she's first, she's second, she's third, that's selfish. That really is sad. And I feel sorry for her.
Well, Vanessa, I wish you the best. Like I said, I hope your mother doesn't get a dime. And if she's out there on the cold streets, she deserves it, because you don't ever do that. Family is family. And let me tell you something. My mother told me one time, she told me, we may not be rich in money, but we are rich in love. And that's always been in my mind, and I've always walked with that. And I implement that with my friendships with people, in relationship. I may not be able to buy you a mansion
or Mercedes SUV,
okay? Or fly you around the world. But the love that I give you will make you think that you were in a mansion and make you think that you were driving a Mercedes SUV. Vanessa, I'm sorry to hear about that. I wish you all the luck through this process. I know it's very hard for her, but I wish you the best, Vanessa. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in, and thank you to my beautiful guest co-host Gloria.
It was a pleasure.
Good. Gotcha. All right, guys, I hope you're still being safe. I hope you're wearing your mask. I hope you're washing your hands. I hope you're keeping your distance. The numbers are going up, and now there's a new strain of this thing. Like, what's going on?
Like, we need that right now, right?
Right. Do we need another level of this? And God, I just pray. I just pray. I just pray. I just pray. And now they're saying that, you know, people who had had it before are getting it again. And so I just pray, guys, be safe, be careful, wash your hands, keep your distance, pray for one another, and be kind. Guys, please be kind to them. That's all we have right now. That's all that we can build on, is to be kind to one another. If anything, that gives us strength to go on to the next day, because regardless, any TV station you turn to, it's always something going on.
Yes.
It's always something detrimental. So be kind to one another. Respect one another, all right? And give love. It doesn't hurt. It don't cost anything. And you won't get sued for it.
Exactly.
You won't. All right, guys. God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in on Kenny in the Heights 2021. Because it's a Margarita Thursday, and I know you better be thirsty.
Thursday.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. God bless. Take care.